Hello, GATE aspirants. I am Ravi Kumar Vemula and welcome to VISHWA. Coming to your mentor, I have been teaching GATE for the past 12 years and have trained thousands of students and multiple batches across India. I have been with VISHWA for the past couple of years. So today, as a part of session, we will learn how to crack the problems of aptitude in shorter time. I cannot teach you all the problems or all the models, but definitely I shall cover the concepts where we have a methodology of solving the problem. So, as you all know, GATE exam for a student of engineering is a dream come true if he cracks the GATE exam. You can get into IITs, triple IITs, NITs, central universities, all the premium institutes in India take GATE score as the valid score so that the student can pursue his post graduation in a premium compound. Other than that, getting a GATE score, student can also do his research, can get admission to research. And many government institutes or many PSUs take the GATE score as a valid score. So that's all about GATE in less than a minute. Now coming to the story of GATE, I mean, as you all know, the pattern of GATE, irrespective of the branch you write, I mean, of the branch of engineering you write, it has basically three parts. In the first part, you have the quant part, or you call it the aptitude part, and the second part is about the mathematics of engineering or engineering mathematics, and the third part is the core area. In On the whole, you'll be getting an average of 65 questions on average, approximately, and these 65 questions will be scaled up to 100 marks. And out of the 100 marks, 15 marks are meant for the aptitude part, and around 12 to 15 marks are meant for your the concepts of engineering mathematics, and the remaining 70 or 72 marks are meant for the core areas. So, coming to the concept of aptitude, aptitude is one area where you can pocket all 15 marks if you prepare properly. Students should be preparing for GATE, for placements, or for any competitive exam in India. The first round will generally be the concept of aptitude only. And the same thing for GATE even. So the first part of your GATE will be aptitude part where you will be learning or where you'll be seeing the basic math concepts, the topics of logical reasoning, and a couple of questions from English that is not mandatory, but generally you'll be questioned on arithmetic problems and the topics of reasoning where you find logical reasoning being asked out. So today I want to tell you different models of different concepts of arithmetic where you can do it in a time frame so that you can, if you can save time at this arithmetic part or the quantitative aptitude part, you can use the remaining time for the core aspects. Though the GATE exam is for 3 hours, many students complain that we are short of time, sir, time is not sufficient. So keeping that in mind, so I'll tell you few methods, few concepts of how to save time in the concepts of arithmetic. So this session would be purely focusing on different models of various concepts and how can you crack them. Okay, so let's get started. Well, I hope my voice is loud and clear. If it is not loud and clear, please type it in the chat box on the comment section. We'll get back to you definitely. Now coming to the areas. Let us see the first problem. The first problem says x is a 20-digit number. X is a 20-digit number starting with 2 and followed by the digit 1. Starting with 2 and followed by digit 1. Then the question is find the number of digits in x cube. Find the number of digits in x cube. So I'll give you a time of 10 seconds. Please stay on it. Okay, we have some comments here that says things are good, fine. So please put your answer in the comment section. Now, how to solve this question? This is a question from the area of number system where it says x is a 20-digit number. So imagine a 20-digit number and you are given, so x is basically a 20-digit number. It starts with 2 followed by digit 1. So you need to think of a number, a 20-digit number that starts with 2 followed by 1 and then you have another 18 digits. So I assume it to be x equals to some 2, 1 and I have 18 digits. So let me take 18 zeros. So assuming it to be a 20-digit number, right? Now I can write this as x is equals to 2, 1 into 10 power 18. So as I have 18 zeros, it is 10 power 18. So this is my number x of size 20 digits. Now the question is how many digits does x cube have? So it looks quite simple. So how do you calculate x cube? It is simply x cube, which is 2, 1, 10 power 18 and cube. Now this is 21 cube into 10 power 54. So 18 times 3 is 54, 21 cube, and 21 cube is generally 9261 into 10 power 54. Now watch it carefully. Now watch this carefully. Now what do you have? You have 54 zeros here. You have 54 zeros there, and this is of size 4. So 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. So the answer would be 58 digits. So the answer is option A, that is 58 digits. Do not try to complicate it, it is quite simple. The problems for number system will be designed in such a way that it appears complex, but no, they are not complex. Please stick to the concepts, stay with the basics part. So that is how you solve the problem of finding the size of x cube. I hope I am clear with this part. Okay, now going ahead, the next way. Read the question carefully. The average of x numbers, I hope the font is clear. I should be clear, I know. If there is a glitch, please put the comment section. The average of x numbers is 3x. We do not know the values there. He says in random, the average of x numbers is 3x. If x minus 1 is subtracted from each given number, then what is the new average? It is basically a 5-second answer. So he says that there are x digits, right? So Sn by n or Sx by x. Just give me a second. Let me write it clearly. What is happening? Now, so we have Sx by x is given as 3x. Now for these kind of questions, I told you that it is hardly a 5-second answer. Now how do you do it? The question says if x minus 1 is subtracted from each given number. From each number, he is removing x minus 1. So the answer would be 3x minus x minus 1. So that is 2x plus 1. So the answer would be 2x plus 1. Then you will get doubt how it is happening so directly. Let me take a small example. Let me take a very small example to get some clarity. Now assume that there are 3 digits, some called as 2, 3 and 4. Now the average of 2, 3, 4, the average of 2, 3, 4 would be 3. 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 by 3 is 3. Now let me subtract 1 from each given digit. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 1 and 4 minus 1. Now what is the average? Now the average of 1, comma 2, comma 3 would be definitely 2, right? Right? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 by 3 is 2. Now can I write this 2 as, 3 minus 1? Yes or no? I can write this as 3 minus 1. Now this 3 is the old average and this one is a term that is subtracted from each given number. So it is clear that when you subtract a constant from each given number in a group, then the initial average also gets modified by the same constant. Not only subtraction, the same rule holds for addition, multiplication and division also. I'll give you one more example. Let me write. So the average of 2, 3, 4 would be 3 and the average of 2 minus 1, 3 minus 1, 4 minus 1 would be 3 minus 1, that is 2, and the average of 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1 would be 4, would be again 3 plus 1, that is 4. So when you subtract, when you add, or when you even multiply 2 into 3, comma 3 into 3, comma 4 into 3, the average would be 3 into 3, 9. The same rule will also hold for division also. So it is clear that when every number in a group is modified by a constant, then the initial average of that group will also get modified by the same constant, provided the number of digits or the number of values pre-operation and post-modification should be the same. That's the only concept. So it is basically a 5-second answer. Removing or subtracting 1 from each given digit will result in subtracting 1 from the average. That is 3x minus 1 or 3x here. It is subtracting x minus 1. Right? What is 3x minus x minus 1? That is 2x plus 1. So that is how we solve this question. So the concept is adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing a constant to every term in a group will result in the same modification or the same operation on the initial average also. Please keep that in mind. Okay. Now going ahead. This is one good question. Good, I got some answers in the comment section. But let's see here. When a number is increased by 2/3 of itself, and a number is increased by 2/3 of itself, it becomes a perfect square. Right? So there are some things to keep in mind. It becomes a perfect square. Let me change the pen color. So it becomes a perfect square. Okay. If the difference between the number, if the difference between the number and the perfect square that obtained is equal to the difference between the number and the square root of the number obtained, then what is the number? Question appears a little complex, but use your common sense and solve this in less than 10 seconds. How? So let us start it this way. Like he says, I have a number x. Yes, a number x is increased by 2/3 of itself. Increased by 2/3 of itself. X plus 2 by 3x. The resulting answer is 5x by 2. The resulting answer is 5x plus 3. Now he says that this 5x plus 3 is a perfect square. Isn't it? Now, coming to the options. Coming to the options, I have 14, 12, 15, 75. Now, when I say 14 plus 2/3 of 14, the resulting answer is it a perfect square? No, what is a perfect square? A perfect square is a number which has got an exact integer square root. Like 4 is a perfect square, 16 perfect square, 25 perfect square, 64 perfect square, 100 perfect square. 14 plus 2 by third of 14 is a perfect square? No, it is not. Or 12, 12 plus 2 third of 12. So 3 fourths, 4 twos, 8 plus 12, 20. 20 is not a perfect square, isn't it? Or 15? Yes, 15. So 15 plus 2 third of 15. This is 3 5 times. So this is 2 times 5 is 10, 25. 25 is a perfect square. I got conclusion. Now point 4, 75 plus 2 third of 75. This is 3 25s. 25 goes 50. 50 and 75 is 125. And 125 is not a perfect square. So from the options, solving it back, the answer is 15. So 15 is the answer. So that is how you solve the question. You can do it normally, but that normal procedure will take a lot of time. So let us not try to go with the conventional way of solving, because at the end of the day we should see that we should save time, so that the time what we save here should be used for solving the core concepts, right, or the topics of mathematics or engineering areas which are a little complex compared to this aptitude part. So arithmetic problems will be hardly 7 or 8 questions. You should be able to solve those 7 or 8 questions in hardly 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, even less than that. So that needs practice, lot of practice. And there is no rule that we should solve it from the question. Read the question, understand it, analyze it, and try to plug in the options given. We call it as backtracking. Okay. So backtrack the problem from the given options by plugging them inside the concepts and get the answer. Okay. If you do it normal, it take a lot of time. So it's not like doing it normal. It's like doing in a smarter way to save time. Okay. So going ahead. So the average marks scored by the students of a class is 68. The average marks scored by the students of a class is 68. In that class, the average marks of girls in the class is 80 and that of the boys is 60. Now, what is the percentage of the boys in the class? So this is one good question of percentage. There are many ways of doing it, but I'll stick with a method where you'll find it easy. Now he says Sn by n is given as 68, where n is boys and girls, right? And he said that the average marks of the girls is 80. So average marks of the girls is 80. I do not know how many girls are there, right? And the average marks of boys is 60. So SB by B would be 60. Now the question is, find the percentage of boys in the class. Now from this, I can write Sn equals to Sg plus Sb, sum of girls, sum of boys, which is 68n. This is 68 into n, and n is boys plus girls, isn't it? Now Sg is 80g, Sb is 60b, which is 68b plus 68g. Now shuffling things, putting them left and right, what do you get? You'll be getting something like 12g is same as 8b. 12g is same as 8b. Now taking the ratio, I get girls is to boys is 8 is to 12, which is 2 is to 3, which is 2 is to 3. Now we have come to a point where we got a ratio of girls to boys. Now the question is, find the percentage of boys. Now the boys are 3 parts. Now boys are how many parts? Boys are 3 parts. 3 out of Girls are 2, boys are 2. So it is totally 5 parts. So it is 3 of 5. The fraction is there. And into 100. So the answer is 60 percentage. So 3/5 is generally 60 percentage. This is the conventional way of doing it, but we can do it fastly. Clear? So Sn is Sg plus Sb and 68 of B plus N. So I hope the problem is clear and the method is also fine. So please push your doubts in the comment section. We'll see them at the end. Okay. Now going ahead. This is again a question of numbers which students love to answer it because it will hardly take a couple of seconds. If the numbers 4, 3, 5 unknown 2, 7, 1 is divisible by 3, then the smallest digit that should be in the place of the question mark is. He said we have 4, 3, 5, this is unknown, 2, 7, 1. He says this number is divisible by 3. Okay, now what is the rule of divisibility by 3? So the sum of the digits should be a multiple of 3 or the sum of the digits should be divisible by 3. So let us take this unknown value as x, or you can take any term of your choice. Now going ahead, now what can I do? I like it as 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus x plus 2 plus 7 plus 1. So this sum should be divisible by. So 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12, 14, 21, 22. So 22 plus x. So this term should be divisible by 3. So to be divisible by 3, what should be the value of x? Okay. Now go to the options. If x is 0, 22 plus 0, you get 22. 22 by 3 is not possible. No. Take x as 5. 22 plus 5. 22 plus 5 is 27. 22 plus 5 is 27. Good. 27 is divisible by 3. Great. 22 plus 2. 22 plus 2 is again 24. 24 is also a multiple of 3. Great. And 22 plus 6, 28. 28 by 3 is not possible. So we have two answers here. We have two answers. We have 5. We have 2. But the question is, find the smallest digit of solving it. So the value of x will be by default 2. Because we want the minimum digit or the least value that fits into the question mark so that the number is divisible by 3. Clear with that? So here the value of that x would be 2. This is one way of solving. What is the other way of solving? How can you do it in less than 5 seconds? So you got 4, 3, 5, x, 2, 7, 1. Now when you want multiples of 3, when you want this sum should be divisible by 3, from the given number remove the multiples of 3 or the combination of numbers that are multiples of 3. Now what do you mean by that? Now here 3 is a multiple of 3, remove, clear? Now what else can you remove here? 4 and 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 by 3 possible. Removed out. 5 and 7. 5, 7 is 12. 12 by 3 possible. What remains? Remains 1. So you got x and you got 1. So what is the least value of x now that will fit into 3? So the answer is 2. That's how you can do it. Instead of doing it all this way, minimize or eliminate the digits or the digit combinations that will be a multiple of 3 or that are divisible by 3. See, initially 3 was divisible, 3 is removed. Then I removed 4, 2, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 by 3 possible, remove it. Then is 5 and 7, 5 plus 7 is 12, remove it. You are left with 1. So x plus 1 should be divisible by 3. So the value of x should be 2. So that's how we come to a conclusion. So this is one way of doing it. This is a way of elimination. Clear? Now, going to the next story. This is one question. The average of a family of 7 members is 29. So 7 members S7 by 7 is given as 29, in which the youngest boy is 5 years. There is one boy whose age is 5 years. So out of this, I can say there are 6 members and one boy age is 5. So this is S7. Now this is 29 times 7. Clear. Now he says, what was the average age of the family just before the birth of the boy? Just before the birth of the boy. It means that you should go back to a period of the area where the boy is not born. It means as the boy age is 5 years, so if you subtract 5 from each given number, if you subtract 5 from each given number, you will come to the answer, isn't it? So people will assume that the answer would be what say this is 29. So this 29 minus 5, they will pick 24. That is how people pick 24. They pick on 24, but 24 is wrong. 24 is not right, 24 is wrong. Why it is not right? Why this is wrong? I told you a minute ago in the previous story that in a group of numbers, when each number or if each term in the group is modified by a constant, if it is decreased or if it is increased by a constant, then the average also gets modified by the same constant, isn't it? Yes, it gets modified, but we have a condition. The condition is the number of terms pre-modification and the number of terms post-modification should not change. So this is one tricky area where people will not focus upon. You have seen in my example earlier that I subtracted 1 from each given number and I added 1 to each given number. So you find that the number of digits pre-operation and post-operation were same. I have still 3 digits only. But in this case, this fellow is not even born. And the fellow is not even born, how can you take him into account? So definitely out of 7 members, when one fellow is not born, then the count will be 6, right? So after 5 years, the count is 7. I mean, when the boy is born, the count is 7. When the boy is not born, the count is 6. So you cannot do it the normal way where you subtract 5 from each given number. You should do it regularly. Now today we have 7 members. Out of 7, one fellow is 5. S6 is not known to us. Now it says just before the birth of the boy. So it means that you should go back to 5 years. Let me take it in right. This is 5 years ago. When I say 5 years ago, every person in the group should decrease by 5, isn't it? So assume that in your family, if you are your father, mother, you and sis, and you say before 1 year, it is your father age minus 1, your mom age minus 1, your age minus 1, your sis age minus 1. Yes, everybody will decrease by 1. So if everybody is decreasing by 1, as there are 4 in your family, it is minus 1 to 4, right? Similarly, in this group there are 6 people. When there are 6 people, when I say 5 years ago, when everybody will decrease by 5, what is the overall decrease? The overall decrease will be 5 into 6, right? So this would be S6 minus 5 times 6. This boy is not born. So this is the sum of the ages before 5 years. Now you want the average, right? By 6. So that's how we solve the question. Now 29 sevens would be how much? 210. 210 minus 7 is 203. So 203 minus 30 by 6. I'm not 7963. Yes, 203. Okay, there are 6 people, right? Each going by 5. Okay. Yeah, give me a second. Great. Right. So this is now the value of S6 would be 29 into 7 minus 5, right? Minus 30 by 6, that would be 28. Yeah, the same thing, no issues with that. But it's 29 times 7 minus 5 minus 30 on 6. So the answer is 28 years and not 24. So please keep that in mind. Yes, we have shortcuts. Yes, we have concepts. Yes, we have tips and tricks. But with every tip and trick, there is an underlying term and condition. Please keep that in mind. So the concept of average is when every term in a group gets modified, good, the average also gets modified, provided the number of digits pre-operation and post-operation are the same. Okay with that? So this is how we come to the conclusion of 28. This is one beautiful tricky question of averages. Yeah. Now this is also a question. The unit digit of the value 42319 raised to the power of 3245812 is. Question appears little complicated. Is 1 second answer. How do you do this? To solve these kind of questions, we use the concept of cyclicity. We have the concept of cyclicity. Now, what do you mean by that? Now, in this question, stay with your digit called as 9. Right? Now, stay with the digit called as 9. Now, what is 9 power 1? 9 power 1 is 9. 9 power 2 is 81. I want the units place only. I want the units place only. Now, 9 cube is, when I say 1 into 9, give me 9 again. So, 9 power 4 will be 9 times 9 is again 1. So 9 power 1 is 9, 9 square is 1, 9 cube is 9, 9 power 4 is 1. So we have a cyclicity of 2 for 9. So making it simple, making it clear and easy, it goes like this from this. If it is 9 power odd, it is 9. If it is 9 power even, it is 1. Right? So 9 power 1, 1 is odd number, it is 9. 9 square, 2 is even, 1. 9 cube, 3 is odd, 9. 9 power 4, 4 is even, 1. So 9 power odd value. The power is, if it is odd, 9, even 1. Now this term ends with 2. If a number ends with 2, we call it as an even number. So 9 power even is 1. So the answer is 1. So that number will end with 1. Clear? So this is one simple trick of solving this question. If you know this answer, if you know this concept in the brain, it's hardly a 1 second answer, right? Hardly 1 second. 9 power even, 9 power odd. So 9 power odd is 9, 9 power even is 1. That's how we solve it. Let us extend it to next story. Now this is one good area again. The same problem modified by a little bit. Find the unit digit of 319 power 324 plus 318 power 323 plus 317 power 322 plus 316 power 321. I told you that we solve these problems with respect to their cyclicity. Right or wrong? So now let us see how do you solve this question in a faster manner. So let me take this yellow. Now as I got 9 here, 9 power 324, 9 power 324, 324 is even. If it is even, if it has 1, so obviously this will be 1 plus, I do not know 318, I do not know 317, now come to 316. Now 6 power 1 would be 6, 6 square, 6 into 6, 36, 6 again, 6 cube, 6 times 6, 6 again, 6 power 4 is 6 again. So if a number ends with 6, if a number ends with 6, if it is raised to power of n, it will end in a digit ending with 6 again. So out of the 4 terms, I solved the first term and the last term easily. Okay. Now coming to the second term and the third term. How do you solve this second term and third term? Let us see it in detail. Now, let us start with 8. Now 8 power 1 would be 8. 8 square, 8 times 8, 4. 8 power 3, 4 times 8, 32. 2. 8 power 4, 2, 8, 6. 8 power 5, 6 into 8 is 48. Again 8. So again 8 power 6, 4. So what do you go? 8, 4, 2, 6, 8, 4, 2, 6, 8, 4, 2. So in this case, the cyclicity of 8 is 4. Yes or no? Now similarly, coming to 7. When I talk about 7, 7 power 1 is 7. 7 square is 9. 7 cube, 9 sevens, 63. 3. 7 power 4, 3 sevens, 21. 1. So 7 power 5. So 1 into 7 is 7 again. Isn't it? So you again get 7931, 7931, 7931, it goes on. Clear? So even it is 4 here. Now how should you solve this question? If it is power of, if it is a cycle of 4, now divide this number 323, divide 323 by 4. Or you divide 323 by 4, what do you get? So it is 4 eights. So you get the remainder as 3, my friend. So I can write this 318 per 323 as 8 cube. We want the remainder, please. We take the remainder actually. Now this is 322. 322 when divided by 4, it is 8 is 320, get 2 here. So as the remainder is 2, take it as 7 square. Now it is 1. Now it is 1 plus 8 cube ends with 2. 7 square is 9 and 6. So it is 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 6. So 9 plus 1 is 10, 12, 18. It is 18. So it will end with 8. The answer is B, none of this. The answer is B, none of this. So for solving this kind of questions, you need to have the concept of cyclicity. For numbers ending with 0, raised to power n, any number ending with 0, power n for n belongs to actual numbers will result in a value ending with 0. A number ending with 1 or 5 or 6 will result in the same value. What do you mean by that? I'll give you an example. I hope this is clear to you now. Now, a number ending with 0 or 1 or 5 or 6 raised to power n will again result in 0 or 1 or 5 or 6, our unit value. Okay. And if a number ends with 2 or 9, 4 or 9, it is a cycle of 2. One cycle of 2, 4 power 1, 4, 4 square 16, 4 cube ends with 4, 4 power 4 again ending with 6. So 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6. 9 is 9 power 1, 9, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1. Cycle is 2. For the remaining digits, like 3, 7, 8, the cycle is 4. Or I can combine it. I can combine these two. Or I can say a number ending with 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 power n. I can take a cycle of 4 and solve it. I can take a cycle of 4 and solve it. Just like that. Okay. So this is the concept to keep in mind. A cycle of 4, write the exponent in multiples of 4. Whatever remains, take it. It is as simple as that. Okay with that? Now, this is how we work with this concept of finding the units place. Okay. Now going ahead fastly. This is one interesting question. Given the roots of an equation f of a equal to 0 or a is equal to 3, 0, minus 2. Is that the roots? What is a root? Root is a value when you substitute in an equation, it results in 0. So f of a is 0 is possible when the roots are 3, 0, minus 2. So I can write f of a as x minus 3, x minus 0 and x plus 2. Because f of a is 0, when f of a is 0, x minus 3 is 0. When x minus 3 is 0, x is 3. X minus 0 is 0, x is 0. When x plus 2 is 0, x is a negative 2. So f of a can be written as x minus 3, x minus 0, x plus 2. Now you want the question, what are the values of a for which a minus 3 will be 0? It means that you want you to solve for this story. Now you should calculate f of a minus 3. So just plug in the values. Instead of, it is a, my bad. Okay. Instead of a, plug in a minus 3. So what you get is a minus 3 minus 3. This is a minus 3 minus 0. This is a minus 3 plus 2. So it results in a minus 6, a minus 3, a minus 1. So the answer would be, definitely the answer would be a minus 6. A minus 6 is 0. So a would be 6, right? So 6. Similarly, a minus 3 is 0. So common sense says a is 3 and a is 1. So the answer is 6, 3, 1, 3, 1, 6 or 1, 3, 6. So the answer is option B is 1, 3, 6. This is one simple question given mostly in many exams, in fact in GATE also. This is how we solve this. Okay, so just try to use your brain, try to find the equation, plug in the value, get the output. As simple as it. Okay, now going ahead, find the highest power of 40 that can divide 4,000 factorial. This is one good question, which is the concept of finding the highest power of 40 or highest power of x. So highest power of x in n factorial. This concept is linked to this area. Now, what do you get? If the given x is prime, divide the value of n continuously by x, sum the values, take the output. As simple as it. Here, 40 is not prime. As 40 is not prime, then what should you do? You should write 40 in this way. So, 40 is 5 into 8. So this product should be a co-prime product. What is a co-prime pair? Two numbers are called as co-primes if their highest common factor HCF is 1 or the greatest common divisor is 1. So when a number is not prime, write that number as product of co-primes 5 and 8. Right? Now find the powers of 5 and the power of 8, get the answer. Now when I take 5, now it is 40,000, 4,000. So 4,000 by 5 is 800. 800, yes, come out from 5 ones, 30, 60, my bad, 160. This is 5 threes, 5 twos, This is 5 6 times. This is 5 1 times. Please ignore the remainders. Ignore the remainders. Okay. Now you got to add these terms. Add these terms. It is 800, 960, and then 992, and this is 999. So this is 999. So the power of 5 is 999. Great. Now find the power of 8. Now coming to 8, 8 is not prime again, and you cannot write 8 as product of coprimes. Is it possible? No. So now 8 is 2 cube. Now 8 is 2 power 3. Now the answer would be, it is power of 2 divided by 3. So find the power of 2. How do you find it? By dividing it. Then divide that by 3. So that value would be 1331. Divide 4000 by 2, 2000, 2000 by 2, 1000 by 2, 500 by 2, 250 by 2, 125 by 2, 62 by 2, 31 by 2, it goes on. When you add them, you get a value. When you divide it by 3, you get 1331. Now the answer is, take the minimum value. So minimum value of 999 and 1331 is 999. So the answer is 8999. All these are concepts that you learn in as a part of your aptitude part. So don't leave any concept unattended. Every topic is important for us because every mark counts in GATE. There is a huge rank difference in GATE because of half a mark and even 1 mark. So please do not leave any concept unattended. 15 marks should be in your pocket with respect to this topic of aptitude part. So please learn the concepts. You have hardly few concepts. Once you work on the concepts, it will be handy for you. It is one-time preparation. You prepare it for GATE. It is useful for any exam in India because almost all the exams in India will focus on the topics of aptitude in the first round. You attend any placement drive of any big company in India, or if you attend any PSU, or if you attend any government job in India, they should put an exam on aptitude part. Even take a GRM, you have the same concept. So it is like one-time preparation. Prepare it once, use it for a number of exams. So prepare the concepts carefully. Okay. So this is how the answer is 999. Now going ahead. This is one question of again percentages. It says in an exam 80% of boys and 40% of girls pass. Might be a mistake. Generally boys fail more and girls pass more. But this is happening in another way. It says 80% of boys passed. So boys who passed is 80%. Common sense says boys who failed will be 20%. Isn't it? So 80% of the boys count passed. And the other way, 40% of girls passed. So 40% of girls passed. It means the number of girls who failed is 60%. 60% of girls count. Of the girls count. 20% of the boys count. Isn't it? So no, the number of girls who passed is 120. Number of girls who passed. So it is 40%, right? Yeah, it is 40%. So 40% of the girls count is given as 120. Now 40% is 2/5. So 2/5 of the girls count is 120. So girls count would be 260, 65, 300. So we got the girls count. So the girls count is 300. Now it is not finished. Which is 2/3 of the number of boys who failed. This 120 is 2/3 of the number of boys who failed. Now working with that, number of boys who failed is 20%. So 20% is the number of boys who fail, right? So it is two third of 20% of the boys count is again 120. But it's two-third, 20% is one-fifth, and the boys count is here, which is 120. Now solving it, 260s and boys count would be 900. Boys count is 900. So find the total number of students. So 900 plus 300 is 1200. So the answer is 1200. So percentages is one concept which will be used in plenty in your real life. Everywhere you go in real life, you find this word percentage. You go to shopping, you have percentage. You go to a mall, you have percentage. You buy groceries, you have percentage. Discounts, percentage. Rate of interest. You find this number in plenty. Okay, so you got to work on this concept a little more focused on this area. Okay, now going ahead. This is one question of partnership. It says Shalini and Prasanna invested rupees 2 lakhs and 3 lakhs in a business, but Prasanna joined some months after Shalini joined. If they shared the profits in the ratio of 4 is to 5, then after how many months did Prasanna join? So the concept goes like this. The investment part, uh, Shalini money is to Prasanna money is 2 lakh is to 3 lakh. So which is 2 is to 3. Right? Prasanna joined sometimes after Shalini joined. So in business, I mean, let me take another pen, that will be easy for you. So time of Shalini, time of Prasanna. So Prasanna joined late. We do not know how many months Prasanna is there in the business. So time of, okay, this is Prasanna joined sometime. So Prasanna time is not known to TP. After Shalini joined, it means that from the beginning Shalini is there. So take it as 12 months. Because with respect to partnership, the maximum time we have is only 12 months. And he says that the profit shares of Shalini and Prasanna is given as 4 is to 5. Is given as 4 is to 5. Now you got to calculate the time spent by Shalini or Prasanna, right? Now in this case, it is 2 into 12, which is 3 into TP. So in the topic of partnership, when we have the ratio of money and the ratio of time period, we calculate the ratio of product, I mean the ratio of profit or loss by multiplying the corresponding terms of time and money. So 2 parts Shalini money, 3 parts Prasanna money, 12 parts is Shalini time, time of Prasanna is not known to us. So we multiply them to get the final value. So it is 4 upon 5, which is 3/8, right or wrong? So this is 16 upon TP. Now from this solving it, you get the value of TP as 10. As 10. Now what is this TP? TP is the times of Prasanna in the business. If Prasanna is there for 10 months, when did she join? So the time start is 12 months. Out of 12 months, Prasanna is there for 10 months. It means that she has joined after 2 months. So the answer would be, so 12 minus 10, that is 2 months. So the answer is 2 months. The question is, after how many months? The question is not about how many months did Prasanna spend in the business. The question is, after how many months did Prasanna join? After. So the answer is 2 here. Clear that? So this is how we solve the question. Go in the next story. It says the average weight of 20 students in a class is increased by 0.75 when one of the students weighing 30 kgs is replaced by a new student. Now he says S20 by 20 is some average A. Is not known to us. Now from these 20 students, one person of weight 30 kgs is replaced. What is replacing? We remove one person, we add a person. So S20 minus 30 plus a new person. I call him as X by 20. Right? So the person is replaced. What happened? The average got increased by 0.75. So the average got increased by 0.75. Clear. Now I can write this S20 as 20, this is 20A minus 30 plus X equals to 20A plus 20 into 0.75. So 20A is minimized. So X equals to 30 plus 15, which is 45. So the answer is C45. So simple question. So we can do this problem in many ways. Without doing all these things, also you can solve it. The question says the average got increased by 0.75. We have learned a concept saying that when every term in the group gets modified, the average also gets modified. The other way, when the average gets modified, every term in the group will also get modified, right? Now the average got increased by 0.75. Yes, when the average got modified by 0.75, then 20 people in the group will also get modified by 0.75. So 20 into 0.75 is 15. Now because this 30 is replaced by a new person, it is an increase. So common sense says the new person weight should be more than 30. So 30 plus 15 is 45. That is how you can solve the question without putting pen on paper. So that comes through practice. The more you practice, the more you learn the concepts, the more speed you get. So this is how we solve it. Okay, now going ahead. This is a question. A trader offers to give 2 articles free for every 10 articles I purchase. So if you buy 10, 2 are free. It means that you will pay money for 10, you will get 12 objects. 10, 2 free, 12. Now question says he gets a total of 10 articles free. This fellow got 10 articles free. So this is into 5. When this is into 5, this should also be into 5, right? So it is 50. So this fellow will get 10 articles free only when he buys 50 objects. It means that he paid money for 50 objects. He got 50 objects and he also got 10 objects free. Now assuming that this person has spent some X rupees. Okay, imagine X as 1000, 1 lakh, 100 rupees, something. Okay, so this fellow has spent X rupees on 50 objects, he got 10 free. So it means that for X rupees he got 60 objects, isn't it? No. And he sells them at a rate such that he gets back the money, the investment of just 10 articles. It means that for X rupees he got 60 objects. Now he brought back his X rupees by selling only 10 objects. Please see the concept. This fellow made money, by selling 10 objects. Assuming that for 1000 rupees, he brought 60 objects. Now out of the 60 objects, he sold only 10 objects and he brought his money back. It means that he got back his 1000 rupees. Now how many are profit? How much is the profit? So to calculate the profit, how do you do it? Definitely common sense says it is a profit, right? The profit is how much? It is 60 minus 10. You cannot say the profit in terms of money. The profit will be in terms of objects. He made a profit of 50 objects by selling 10. If he sells 20, the profit is 40 objects. If he sells 30, the profit is 30. So the profit depends on the number of objects sold. That is 60 minus 10 by 10. This is into 100 percentage. So the answer would be 500 percentage. So the profit made by the person by this scenario is 500%. So please use actual common sense. It's hardly a 10-second answer. For every 10 objects a trader buys, he'll get 2 free. First point. Second point says that fellow got 10 objects free. When 10 objects are free, common sense says that he should have brought 50 objects. So 50 plus 10 is 60. So assuming that X is 1000 rupees, he paid 1000 rupees for 50 objects. He got 50 plus 10, 60. So it means that he brought 60 objects for 1000 rupees. So his investment is 1000 rupees, isn't it? Now, out of the 60 objects, he sold 10 objects. And by selling 10 objects, he brought back this. So he brought back his investment. He gained his investment by selling 10 objects. So out of 60, by selling 10, he brought back his money. So the profit is how much now? Now the profit is 50 objects. So whenever you speak of objects, you cannot talk in terms of cost price. It is in terms of objects, right? So he has 50 objects in hand by selling 10. Okay. So it is 60 minus 10 on 10. So the person makes a profit of 500 percentage. So this is one question. Students get confused and they go for none of these normally. No, it is not none, it is 500. So going ahead, now again a question of numbers. The sum of two positive numbers is 100. Two positive numbers is 100. Right? Subtracting 5 from each number. Subtracting 5 from each number. A minus 5, B minus 5. The product of the resulting values is 0. Okay. One of the number should be. Now A minus 5 into B minus 5 is 0. So if A minus 5 is 0, so definitely A should be 5. If A is 5, from this what do you get? B is 95. The other way, if B minus 5 is 0, so B is 5. So if B is 5, A will be 95. So you have one common term, that is 95. So one of the numbers should be 95. The answer is B 95. Simple question, right? So don't expect that you'll be given only complex questions in GATE. No, you'll be finding all types of questions. You'll be finding all variety of problems in GATE. Right? There are no easy questions. There are no hard questions. He will test your logic. He'll test your time also. So please stay with the concepts. Stay with the basics. Learn the concepts carefully and manage time properly. Clear with that? So now going ahead. This is a simple question which you will all do it easily. I told you that in the concepts of arithmetic or aptitude, you also have question of reasoning. And this is a question of reasoning part. A person starts from his house. Okay. Let a point somewhere here. And goes 15 kilometers north. So we say north, south, east, and west. Common sense is this side. So this is generally north. If it is north, this will be south, and this will be east, and this will be west. So that should be kept in mind. So now going ahead, a person starts from his house and goes 15 kilometers north. He goes 15 kilometers north. 15 kilometers. Then travels 4 km to the left. When you are going to the north, this is my left, right? So he'll turn left, he'll travel 4 km. He'll travel 4 km. So now he's facing towards the west. He is facing towards the west now. West. North, west. Okay. Now where is west? My left and my right. And then 5 km towards the left again. So I will travel 5 to the left again. Okay. 5 to the left. And then again travels 10 kilometers to the left. Now 5 this direction, left and right, right. So we'll travel 10. Just give me a second. So we'll travel 10. Now using common sense, this will be this will be 4, this will be 6, 10. And this is 15, right? So this will be 5 and this will be 10. Now is to this direction of east. And then 18 km towards the right. So now this person came to the right now. 18 km. Approximately how far is he from his house in what direction? Now if I use initial point, final point. So if I draw so out of this is 10, this is 8 and this would be 6. Our question is how far is he from the house? So using common sense you observe that it forms right angle triangles. Right? So find the hypotenuse for 6 and 8. Clear? So how do you get the answer? It is 6 squared plus 8 squared. So you want the question finding the answer approximately. Okay. And in which direction he is? He is in which direction? So he is basically in this direction, right? So this direction is southeast. So we got southeast here, southeast here. So from this, pick the answer. Clear? This is how we solve the question. Fine. So if you can able to draw this diagram carefully, solving the problem will be very easy. Question is how far and in what direction? Direction is there. Now this is your hypotenuse. That is 6 square plus 8 square under root. 26 plus 64, 100, right? Root is 10. So 10 kilometers southeast. That's how we solve the question. Clear with that? So this is how we draw the diagram of directions and solve the questions easily. So going ahead. This concept is in topic of ratios. A good question. A zoo consists of two kinds of mammals, bipeds having 2 legs, quadrupeds having 4 legs. So a zoo contains some bipeds, some quadrupeds. So bipeds are 2-legged animals, quadrupeds are 4-legged animals. Clear? Now there are at least 8 mammals. It means that the minimum count of bipeds is 8, at least 8. It is 8 or more. And the minimum count of quadrupeds is 8. So when I say minimum count, it can be 8 or even more. So please keep that in mind. So if I say bipeds as B, so minimum count of bipeds is 8. Similarly, minimum count of quadrupeds is also 8. That's what he gave us, right? And he says that the total number of mammals in the is an even number. So bipeds plus quadrupeds is an even number. It is an even number. He did not give us how many bipeds are there. He did not give us how many quadrupeds are there. He told us that the minimum count is 8 for each type. Now, the total number of legs of these mammals is 64. Total number of legs are given. So, biped legs plus quadruped legs is given as 64. Now, the question is, which of the following cannot be the ratio of bipeds to quadrupeds? Cannot be, not can be. Now from this, can I say that bipeds have two legs? As I have b bipeds, legs are 2b plus 4q is 64. Now from this, can I say b plus 2q is 32? Isn't it? Now coming to the concept. Take your first option. Take your first option. Take that as 2 is to 3. Which of the following cannot be the ratio of bipeds and quadrupeds? Cannot be, not can be. So 2 is to 3. He said that minimum count is 8. So to get a minimum count of 8, if I multiply by 4 on both sides, I'll get it as 2 into 4, 3 into 4. This will be 8 is to 12. Isn't it? 8 is to 12. So there are 8 bipeds. 8 to 16. 12 4 is 48. 48 is 64. It is satisfying. 2 into 8 or 8 plus 24 is 32. Valid, right? Now in this case, now to make this 8 at least, how do you get the story here? 10 is to 3 is given to us, you are given 6 is to 5, you are given 2 is to 1. Now how do you get a minimum value of 10? Now if I take this as 10 and 3, if I take it as 10 bipeds, 3 quadrupeds, what will be the answer you get? So 10 plus 2 into 3 is 6. No, you will not get the answer, right? Now how do you fit in now coming to this area? Let us learn things in detail, no issues. 10 is to 3, 6 is to 5, 2 is to 1 is given to us. Now if you multiply by 4, so to make cell 8, to get it as 8 here, it should be 1 into 8, that is 2 into 8. So 16 and 8 again. So 16 plus 8 will get the answer there. That's how you work with this. Now you have two options, 10 is to 3 and 6 is to 5. Now how do you get the answer from these two? So please think from this area. Please think from the given scenarios that how do you solve the questions carefully on this. One area is putting them into concepts of 8 and doing it. Now what is the other way of solving this question? 10 is to 3 is one area and second. Yeah. Now how do you solve this problem? You are left with three options, 10 is to 3, 6 is to 5, 2 is to 1. How do you get that? Please put in the comment section. I'll wait for it. It should be even and it should satisfy this condition. B plus 2q is 32. How do you fit in? How do you substitute this? How do you get the answer? So this can be the answer because it is proven. Now from these three, which is not the answer? I want that. Which is not the answer? Which is not the ratio in fact by pressure quadruples. So I'll give you the answer. Work on it and get back to me in the comment section. Get back to me in the comment section. So the answer is 10 is to 3. This cannot be the ratio of bipeds to quadrupeds. Why it can't be? Please put it in the comment section. Okay, we'll see how. Come to the next question. Already distributed 250 chocolates among 4 kids. There are 4 kids such that the share of the first kid, twice the share of second kid, thrice the share of third kid, 4 times share of fourth kid are all equal. Are all equal. It means that called as K1 plus K2 plus K3 plus K4. It is 250 chocolates, right? And the share of K1 is 2 times share of K2 is same as 3 times share of K3 is same as 4 times share of K4 are all equal. The question is find the number of chocolates of the first kid. Now from this K1, K2, K3, K4. How do you get this story? It's hardly a couple of seconds. You can do it in many ways, but I'll tell you one way. If you want K1, close this K1, multiply the coefficients. Like it is 2 into 3 into 4. For K1, close K1, multiply the coefficients. When you want K2, close K2, multiply the remaining things. That is 1 into 3 into 4. When you want K3, close K3 and do the other things. It is like 1 into 2 into 4. And when you want K4, close K4, the remaining part is 1 into 2 into 3. So you find 2 common all things, so you can minimize 2 there. So 2 can be minimized 2 times 2 and 2. So this would be 12 is to 6 is to 4 is to 3. So now the share of K1. So the share of K1 is 12. 12 out of 12 is 25 into 250. So the answer is 120. So K1 gets 120. Clear that? So that is how we solve the question. This is where we save time. This area is the area where we save time. Okay. So if you want K1, close K1, take the other multiples. I mean other coefficient multiply them. If you want K2, close K2, the other coefficient. If you want K3, close K3. Remaining things. So this is how we solve the question of finding the ratio. Once the ratio is there, we'll solve it directly. Clear with that? So the next question. This is a question from the previous gate. Okay. This is the multi-dimensional pie chart or multi-hierarchical pie chart. What is it? The multi-level hierarchical pie chart shows the population of animals of reserve forest. It shows the population of animals in a reserve forest. The correct conclusion from this information given. Butterflies are birds. When you are solving pie charts or when you are solving questions of this category, please stop using your real-time assumptions. I know that you are good at science or social or biology, whatever it is. Please put your facts aside and stick to the data given to you. He says butterflies are birds. Now see your circle. See your circle here. In this circle, he says butterflies are birds. Yes, butterflies are birds. Valid. So this is valid. Butterflies are birds is valid. Great. Now there are more tigers in the forest than red ants. I am saying the same statement. Please keep aside your real-time facts and stay with the information. There are more tigers in this forest than red ants. Where are red ants here? Where are red ants here? Yes, we have red ants here. So now you got to compare. Now you got to compare red ants and tigers. Now common sense says compared to the width of red ants, the width of tigers is more, isn't it? Compared to the width of red ants, the width of tigers is more. Obviously, even this statement is also right. The width of the tigers in the forest are more than red ants. Third question. All reptiles in the forest are either snakes or crocodiles. All the reptiles reptiles. So reptiles are either snakes or crocodiles. So if you see this carefully, this part. So reptiles are either snakes or crocs. So even this is right. So one is correct, two is correct, three is correct. Right? Now the fourth one. Elephants are the largest mammals in this forest. Elephants are the largest mammals in the forest. In the question, it did not say about the size of the animals, right? The question or the chart is about the population, not the size. So, as this is given, it is not known to us. As it is not known to us, you cannot take it as true. So, from this question, 1 is true, 2 is true, 3 is true. So, the answer is option D. 1, 2, and 3 are true. So, that is how you go with the question. Clear that. So option D is correct. Why is option 4 not correct? Option 4 deals with the size of the mammals, but in the question, it is all about the concept of the population, not the size. So as it is not known to us, you cannot take for granted. So that is how we solve this question. Question looks clumsy, question looks complex, but using your common sense, it's hardly a 1 minute question, isn't it? So don't get carried away by the problem size or the images in the exam hall. Why would that? So, how? This question. A dealer professes to sell all the articles at a discount of 20%. So there is some MRP. On the MRP, this fellow wants to give a discount of 20%. Great. But increases the cost price of each article by 25%. Smart fellow, right? There is some cost price. So, you can do it. There is some cost price. On this cost price, he is increasing 25 percentage. He is increasing 25 percentage. He gets MRP, and on the MRP, he want to give a discount of 20 percentage. Selling price. First line says a dealer professes to sell article at a discount of 20%. Discount of 20. Right? Discount. So minus symbol. But increases the cost price of each article by 25. Is 25 increased. Then his gain or loss on each article would be. Now, you can solve this question again in many ways. Pretty simple. Assuming that the cost price is 100. Assuming that it is 100. On 100, an increase of 25%. So, MRP would be 125. MRP would be 125. Now, on 125, a discount of 20 is given. So, 10% is 12.5 to 20 is 25 again. So, 125 minus 25 is 100. So 20% of 125 is 25. So 125 minus 25 is 100. So at the end, what do you observe? He bought for 100, he is selling for 100. So there is neither profit nor a loss. The answer is no profit or no loss. So that is how you solve the question. Clear that. So there is no profit or no loss. There are formulae for this like x plus y plus xy by 100 or x minus y minus xy by 100 or plenty of formulae. But as I told you, please stick to the basics. Now here, a regular polygon having 12 sides. A polygon has how many sides? 12 sides. The interior angles between the sides of the polygons. So to calculate the interior angle, it is n minus 2 by n into 180 degrees, or 2n minus 4 by n into 90, whatever it is. Many books give you many formulae. It is generally n minus 2 on n into 180 degrees. So the value of n is given as 12. So 12 minus 2 by 12 into 180. So 12 15 is 180. So this is 150. 5 minutes go to. So it is 150 degrees. So this is how it goes on. So few books, few faculty will tell it as 2n minus 4 by n into 90. To say it as n minus 2 minus n into 180. So plug in the value, get the answers. Mostly for the concepts of mensurations and geometrical part, there will be formula given to you. You should learn the formula, plug in the values there, get the output. Until and unless you know the formula, you cannot solve questions of mensurations, especially. Okay, so going ahead. Now, this is one really interesting question. One evening, please read the question carefully. One evening, two friends, Swapna and Kirti, were talking to each other with their backs towards each other. What do you mean with the word backs towards each other? So if this is Swapna, this is Kirti, the backs. Okay. So Swapna this side, Kirti this side. Or Swapna this side, Kirti this side. The backs towards each other. Okay, not like this. It's like this. Okay. Now it says, so backs towards each other. If Swapna's shadow was exactly to the right of her, Swapna's shadow is to the right of her. Now, in which direction was Kirti facing? Now, see the question carefully. Assume that Swapna is seeing this side, Kirti is seeing this side. Okay, clear with the backs. Swapna is watching this side, Kirti is watching this side. Clear with that? And the question says Swapna's shadow. Swapna's shadow was exact or right. So if Swapna is seeing this side, this is her right, her left, right. So Swapna's shadow is to her right. You have shadow here. When you have shadow to the right, common sense says you should have light here, right? When the light falls in this direction, when the light falls in this direction, shadow is there to the other direction. Now the question is, sir, what is the light direction? He says one evening. So generally in the evening, sun is on the west, right? In the evening, sun is on the west. I mean to the west, sorry. So this is west then. If this is west, then this is east. If this is east, this will be north because the right of north is east and this will be south. So if Swapna is seeing north, Kirti will see south. The answer is south. That is how you solve the question. Every word is interconnected. He says one evening, two friends, Swapna and Kirti, were talking to each other with their backs towards each other. Backs. A Swapna's shadow was exactly to the right of her. Swapna shadow to the right. This is the right of Swapna. Okay. It is possible only when the light is to our left. So if light is here, shadow to the right. So as it is evening, it will be west. So this is west side, that is east side, north and south. So Kirti will face the southern part. This is a question of directions, which is interesting with respect to gate or other placement part. Okay, now going ahead. This is a question which you mostly find in your plus two or in your sometimes in BTech if I'm not wrong. This is a question of progressions actually. It should be a lengthy way of doing it. But this question can also be solved in less than half a minute or less than 10 seconds. Read the question carefully. The sum of the first n terms. The sum of the first n terms. Let us take the advantage of this word. First n terms in the sequence 8, 88, 888, 48 to infinity is how much? Now, if the value of n is 1, if the value of n is 1, so if it is something like 8 plus 88 plus 888 and so on. So here this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, right? So if n is 1, the sum should be 8. Yes or no? So plug in the value of n as 1 here. Put the value of n as 1 in these questions. So 10 power 1 minus 1, this is 10 minus 1, 9. 81 by 80 into 9 plus 9 by 8 into 9 into 1. So which of these four terms will give you 8? So please use the concept of that. So put the value of n equal to 1. So from the option it is clear that take option D. And option D is 80 by 81 into 10 power 1 minus 1 minus 8 by 9 into 1. So this would be 8. So option D is the correct answer. Doing it normally, it will take hell lot of time for solving this question, isn't it? So for these kind of questions, never ever do it normally. Generally people say take 8 common, you get 1 plus 1 1 plus 1 1 1 plus and so on. Then multiply by 9 and divide by 9. Then write that 9 as 10 minus 1, 10 square minus 1, 10 cube minus 1. Then again 10 separately, 1 separately. It's all a process. Yes, you are right. But doing it that way in gate will get the answer, it takes time. As I said to you, aptitude questions will be solved in less than 10 minutes, at most 10 minutes. So to manage time, use common sense. Take the advantage of what is given to us. First n terms, right? Now, this is one simple question of equations. If p minus q is 12 more than r plus s, so p minus q is 12 more than r plus s, and p plus q is 8 less than r minus s, then the value of p minus r is how much? Now the only way of doing it is simply add them and get the answer. If you add them, this is 2p is 2r, this is 4. So p minus r would be 2. 2p minus 2r is 4. So p minus r is 2. That's the answer. P minus r is 2. So that is how you get the answer fastly and easily. Clear? Simple things. The sale price of a t-shirt listed for rupees 400. So we have a t-shirt of price 400. After successive discounts of 10% and 5%, the value is. So we have a discount of 10, a discount of 5. Now please don't take that 15. It is not 15. It is successive discounts of 10 and 5. It means that give a discount of 10 first, you get a value. On that, give a discount of 5. So 10% of 400 is how much? It is 40. So 400 minus 40 is 360. Right? Now on this 360, give again discount of 5%. So 10% is 36, 5 is 18. So 360 minus 18 is how much? 340. The answer is option C, 340. Students may get confused by taking 10 and 5 as 15. They apply a discount of 15 directly, but they won't get the answer. So they are confused and they waste their time. No, it's not like that. It is quite simple. Okay, discount of 10, calculate, then discount of 5. We have a formula for this. The formula goes like this: x plus y minus xy by 100. But as I said, you need not remember the formula, because if you start learning formula, there are n number of formula in each concept. You got a small brain and it is loaded fully with many things, right? So please stay with this concept. This is one question which you should understand properly. A person buys wheat for rupees 200 generally. A rise of 10% in the price compels him to buy 2 kgs less. A rise of 10% in the price compels him to buy 2 kgs less. Assume that a person buys X kgs for 200. If he pays the vendor 200, he will be given X kgs. He will be getting X kgs. Now, the price has gone up by 10%. When the price has gone up by 10%, the person gets 2 kgs less. So it is X minus 2 kgs. Right? Then find the price per kg before and after increasing. So, 10% of 200 is 20. Because there is increase of 10%. Because there is increase of this 20 rupees, the person is getting 2 kgs less. Yes, so it means that if that fellow had 20 rupees extra, if the person had 20 rupees extra, he would have brought these 2 kgs, right? So 2 kgs is 20 after increase. So after increases. So it is 1 kg would be how much now? Is 10. Have you got this 10? 10 is 20 on 2. From the options you find 10 in case B, in case C. If the increase price is 10, the original price will be less than 10, right? So common sense says option C is the answer. This 9 and 1 by 11. As simple as it. You need not plug in, you need not make equations, you need not do all the things. It's hardly a 10-second answer. Question says because of 10% increase, a person got some 2 kgs less. So 10% on the value to this 2 kgs. You will get the price after increase. See that? Solve it. That's how you solve the questions. Like that. So, next question. If a plus b plus c is 0, if a plus b plus c is 0, and the value of a upon b plus c plus a upon b minus 2 is how much? What is the value of that? It's hardly again a 5-second answer, right? So, a plus b plus c is given as 0. Now, from this, I can write b plus c is negative a. I can write c plus a is negative b. Now, from this, a upon negative a plus negative b on b minus 2. So this is a negative 1 and negative 2, which is negative 4. So the answer is option B. Please don't complicate the problems. You should solve them very easily. Okay. Given a plus b plus c is 0. Work on that, get the outputs. Clear? So that is how you work on the story of equations. Fine. Again, a question of average. The average marks of 14 students is taken as 71. So, S14 on 14 is 71. But it was later found that the marks of one student has been wrongly entered as 42 instead of 56. So, in this S14, it is found that one student marks are wrong. Well, what is the wrong mark? 42. So, minus 42. When one term is removed, add the correct term. The correct term is how much? 56 by 14. What is the new answer? So S14 on 14 plus 56 minus 42 would be how much? That is 14. 14 on 14. So this is 71 plus 1. This is 72. So the answer is the none of this. Please don't waste solving 71 into 14 and hardly a 1 second answer. Okay. Is it clear to you all? So do things fastly. This is the question which should be appearing clumsy for you. In the given figure, it says O is the center of the circle, M and N lie on the circle. M and N lie on the circle. The area of the right angle triangle MON is. Now using common sense, this will be radius R, this will be radius R. Yes, so distance of OM is R, distance of ON is also R. Clear? Now you want us to calculate the area of the circle. Given area of triangle, given area of triangle is how much? 50. So area of triangle is half into base into height. So which is half into base is R, height is also R, given as 50. So R square is 100. R square is 100. Now find the area of circle. Area of circle is 5 R square. So R square is 100. So the answer is 100 pi. So the answer is 100 pi. So as I told you earlier, please do not get carried away by the images or the problems which appear lengthy or clumsy. Read them once, give a try, and you should be able to solve them easily. Seeing it generally, the problem is clumsy, right? You have image, some circle, some triangle. But if you see it is hardly a 10-second answer or a half-minute answer. You should be able to read the question, analyze it, understand it, and move on. So out of these 30 questions, I gave you one question that is bipeds to quadrupeds. I hope you will work on it. Put us a comment on the question and on the answer of it. And in the next session of tomorrow of mine, we'll see the problems of time and work, time and distance, permutations, probability. Okay. And we'll see questions on logical reasoning, Venn diagrams. That will be for tomorrow, the next day session, same time 6 o'clock. So if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, please call us, visit our website, or write to us. Okay. This is info@vishwa.co.in, and the numbers are there. You can visit us on vishwa.co.in also. So that's our website. So please visit us. If you have any doubts, you can call us. You can even email us. So that's for today. Thank you all.